What is up, everybody? JT Dangerous here once again. I am back to do my Week 2 NFL predictions. Now, Week 1 just ended tonight on Monday Night Football with the Oakland Raiders defeating the Denver Broncos. So Week 1 is in the books, and we're now into Week 2 of the NFL season. So I'm very excited to do my Week 2 predictions for you guys this evening, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our Week 1 record was good. We went 12-3-1. Yes, we had a tie in Week 1, but what a great way to start off the season with a winning record, and I'm looking to keep it that way. So hopefully in this video we will continue the winning ways. We're on a 1-week winning streak. Hopefully in this video we make it 2 weeks. Hopefully. Now, if you have not checked out my 3 other videos I put up on the channel today, guys, definitely go check them out if you haven't. This is the 4th and final video of the day, so I hope you guys will be able to watch all of these videos. Always show your support the channel by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, commenting your picks, your opinions, and representing your NFL teams in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, as a first-time viewer, this is your first video, boy, pick to go in if you're a huge fan of the NFL like myself, and you're ready for Week 2 of the NFL season. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is just 2. Whoop, whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these Week 2 predictions. Starting off on Thursday night with an NFC South rivalry showdown between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to Charlotte to face the Carolina Panthers. Now, both teams are coming off losses in Week 1, so both these teams are looking to rebound and bounce back here on Thursday night. So, coming from me in this NFC South rivalry showdown, man, Jameis Winston's got to wake up this season because that game against the Niners, he looked terrible. And Carolina looked good against the Rams. Even though they lost by 3 points, they looked good. So coming from me, I'm going to go with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers to get a big win at home and defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football. And now the Sunday slate, which starts at 10 a.m. here on the West Coast, 1 p.m. on the East Coast. Starting off with the first of 2 Battle of the Birds in Week 2 between the Arizona Cardinals heading to Baltimore to face the Baltimore Ravens. Now, both teams are coming off very unique Week 1s. Arizona's coming off their tie with the Detroit Lions on Sunday. And let me just say something about ties once again. NFL, change this rule. This season or next season, change this rule. I'm tired of these ties. And I know a lot of football fans are tired of it too. We want a definitive winner in these football games. I don't want no more ties. Give us an overtime that whoever scores wins. That's it. If both teams are tied after how many minutes is overtime, go to a second overtime, third overtime if necessary. But I'm tired of the ties, and Arizona is looking to start the season off with a victory and get a big victory on the road. There is the Baltimore Ravens coming off their big-time victory over the Miami Dolphins. I mean, they put a 50 burger on the Dolphins with a side of sriracha. They put the sauce on the Dolphins on Sunday. Lamar Jackson had his best game as a Baltimore Raven with 5 touchdowns. It felt like everybody on offense was scoring for the Ravens in that game, and they're looking to continue the winning ways and get a big victory at home. So, coming from me in the first of the 2 Battle of the Birds matchup, man, Kyler Murray versus Lamar Jackson. 2 quarterbacks that can run and throw the ball. This one's going to be a good one. Coming from me, I got to go with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens to get it done at home and defeat the Arizona Cardinals in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is an NFC East rivalry showdown between the Dallas Cowboys heading to Landover to face the Washington Redskins. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 1s. Dallas is coming off their victory over the New York Giants on Sunday, and the Redskins coming off their loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. So this one's going to be definitely a big matchup, especially in the NFC East. So, coming from me in this NFC East rivalry showdown, boy, thank God Dallas paid Zeke the Freak, because if Zeke wasn't playing this season, the Cowboys wouldn't even be in the race in the NFC East. And with the Redskins, I mean, we didn't get to see Dwayne Haskins, which I was really hoping for, but Case Keenum looks like he could be the starting quarterback for the Redskins for a while. But coming from me, I'm going to go with Dak and Zeke and the Dallas Cowboys to get it done on the road and defeat the Washington Redskins. And now the next matchup. It is an AFC South rivalry showdown between the Indianapolis Colts heading to Nashville to face the Tennessee Titans. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 1s. Indianapolis is coming off their loss to the Chargers in overtime, and Tennessee is coming off their big win on the road over the Cleveland Browns. Now, first off with the Colts. They did look good in that game. Jacoby Brissett had a pretty solid game, but I really still believe that the Colts are done for without Andrew Luck there. Because, yeah, Jacoby Brissett's a great quarterback, but he's no Andrew Luck. Brian Hoyer is no Andrew Luck. And Indianapolis is looking to rebound and bounce back here and get a big victory over against an AFC South rival. They're excited for the Tennessee Titans coming off their huge victory over the Cleveland Browns, putting up a 40-burger on the Browns, and a lot of people didn't see that coming at all. And Tennessee's looking to keep the momentum going by getting a big victory at home against an AFC South rival. So, coming from me in this AFC South rivalry showdown, ooh, man, if this was Andrew Luck versus Marcus Mariota, I would have been a lot more interested in this game, but I'm not when it's Jacoby Brissett versus Marcus Mariota. There's no comparison. So coming from me, I'm taking Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans to get it done at home and defeat the Indianapolis Colts. And now the next matchup. It is my Seattle Seahawks heading to Heinz Field to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, both teams are coming out very different week one. Seattle's coming off their 1-point victory at home over the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Steelers are coming off their blowout loss on Sunday Night Football against my New England Patriots. Now, starting off the Seahawks first, they looked good in that game, even though they won by 1 point. Hey, we will take it by any means necessary. And Russell Wilson had a big-time game, and Seattle's looking to get a big victory on the road here. They're inside of the Pittsburgh Steelers coming off their shellacking against on Sunday Night Football against my Patriots. They only scored 3 points. And you talk about panic mode in Pittsburgh, it is definitely on because they did not look like a team that was ready to play week one against my Patriots on Sunday night. Just scoring 3 points against the reigning Super Bowl champs, and they're supposed to be the scariest team in the AFC North. They have got to step it up, and they're looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So, coming from me in this matchup, it's Leedy 1 Steelers against my Seattle Seahawks, and I already won the first meeting with my Patriots, so I'm looking to get the sweep against one of my subscribers, Leedy 1, who is a diehard Steelers fan. So, coming from me, I may get this one wrong, but I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to go with my Seattle Seahawks to get it done on the road because they haven't beaten Pittsburgh. They got shut out by Pittsburgh last year. I think they're going to get it done this year and defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is the Buffalo Bills heading to Gotham to face the New York Giants. Now both teams are coming out very different week ones. Buffalo's coming off their 1-point victory over the New York Jets. Whoop-de-doo. And the Giants are coming off their loss to the New York Giants. What else is new? Now, the Bills did get a victory over the Jets, yes, but are they still a threat to my Patriots? No. Josh Allen did not look like an elite quarterback, but Buffalo's looking to get another big win and get another big win on the road. They're excited the New York Giants coming off their loss to the Cowboys, and they just don't even look like the team to even watch this season. I mean, I feel bad for guys like Saquon Barkley, who's a fantastic running back, being wasted in New York where a team is not even looking to win. We don't know if Daniel Jones is going to even start, or I've heard rumor he did play in that game against the Cowboys, but that was like backup role. Maybe it's time for Daniel Jones in New York, but I really don't think it's going to make a difference. So coming from me in this matchup, you would have to shoot me in the head to get me interested in this matchup. But coming from me, I got to go with Saquon Barkley and the New York Giants just because they're at home to defeat the Buffalo Bills. And now the next matchup. It is an AFC East rivalry showdown between the reigning Super Bowl champions, my New England Patriots, heading to Miami to face the Miami Dolphins. Now both teams are coming off very different week ones. New England's coming off their big victory at home on Sunday Night Football over the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Miami's coming off their blowout loss to the Baltimore Ravens. Now, my Patriots are coming off a big victory over the Steelers, putting 33 points on them. Tom Brady had a big-time game. Josh Gordon had a big-time game. And with the newest addition to the Patriots squad, and with Antonio Brown joining the Patriots this season, you talk about a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. You got Julian Edelman. You got Josh Flash Gordon, and now you have Antonio Brown. You talk about a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and you got Tom Brady throwing to those 3 top receivers. You talk about a scary Hydra monster in the Patriots offense with those 3 receiving and catching touchdowns. And this Patriots team, I'm going to say right now, we're winning the AFC East. we're going to make it to the playoffs. We're going to be defending the AFC title. And with this roster, we can definitely get back to the Super Bowl. And New England's looking to once again get a big victory here against a rival that knows them very well. They're on the side of the Miami Dolphins coming off their blowout loss. They only scored 10 points. And our defense gave up 59 points to the Baltimore Ravens. They look like a shell of themselves with Ryan Fitzpatrick running the show. I guess the Fitzmagic ran out as soon as it hit 59 points against them. And I was really surprised because I really thought the Dolphins would be a threat this season to us. But with them getting blown out by the Ravens in week 1, they're no threat anymore. They're no threat at all. So, coming from me in this AFC East rivalry showdown, I think you already know, I'm going to take AB and TB and my New England Patriots to get it done on the road and defeat the Miami Dolphins in a blowout. And now the next matchup. It is an AFC West rivalry showdown between the Kansas City Chiefs heading to the black hole to face the Oakland Raiders. Now both teams are coming out big wins in week 1 and they're looking to continue the winning ways by getting a big victory here. Now the Chiefs are coming out their big blowout victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Chiefs are looking to show that they are the best team in the AFC West and they're looking to beat their rivals on their home turf. They're excited for the Oakland Raiders coming off their big victory tonight over the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football. And with the sudden departure of Antonio Brown, the Oakland Raiders are once again snake bitten. Even though they won tonight in Denver, they're still not a threat anymore. They were a threat when they had Antonio Brown. They let him go, and he goes to the Patriots. The Raiders are snake bitten. And John Gruden in his second year there is in big time trouble. And Oakland's looking to get a big victory against their rivals in Kansas City and swallow them up in their black hole. So, coming from me in this AFC West rivalry showdown, Derek Carr versus Patrick Mahomes. And Mahomes was just throwing the ball on Sunday. I don't see anybody stopping him this season again. So I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs to get it done on the road and defeat the Oakland Raiders. And now the next matchup, it is the San Francisco 49ers heading to Cincinnati to face the Cincinnati Bengals. Now both teams are coming out very different week 1s. The Niners coming out their victory over Tampa Bay, and Cincinnati coming out their 1-point loss to my Seattle Seahawks. Now it's crazy to think that these two teams were kind of the perennial teams that you'd see in the Super Bowl with Joe Montana and Boomer Esiason and Steve Young and so many others. But it's crazy to think that these two teams are almost once again in rebuild mode. I mean, Niners looked good against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but Jimmy Garoppolo didn't really impress a lot of people. But the Niners are looking to get a big win on the road here. They're inside of the Cincinnati Bengals coming after their 1-point loss to my Seattle Seahawks on Sunday. And Andy Dalton looked good, but once again they failed to win. And that's kind of the norm in Cincinnati. They always get close and then they just fail in the end. And Cincinnati's looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So, coming from me in this matchup, I'm going to go with Jimmy G Money and the San Francisco 49ers to get it done on the road and defeat the Cincinnati Bengals. And now the next matchup, it is the Los Angeles Chargers heading to Ford Field to face the Detroit Lions. Now, both teams are coming out very unique week 1s. The Chargers coming out their victory in overtime over the Indianapolis Colts, and the Detroit Lions had a tie against the Arizona Cardinals. Now, Chargers against the Colts on Sunday looked good. I mean, they came back and won that game, and they're looking to get another big win on the road here. They're inside of the Detroit Lions coming off their tie with the Arizona Cardinals. Matthew Stafford had maybe his best game as a Lion, but it went for naught because it wasn't a win, it wasn't a loss, it was a tie. So ties don't really make a difference in the NFL. And it kind of just wasted what Matthew Stafford did in that whole game because he actually had a great game. And Detroit's looking to rebound and bounce back at home by getting their first victory of the season. So, coming from me in this matchup, Matthew Stafford versus Phillip Rivers. This should be good, but coming from me, I'm going to go with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers to get it done on the road and defeat the Detroit Lions. And now the next matchup. It is an NFC North rivalry showdown between the Minnesota Vikings heading to Lambeau Field to face the Green Bay Packers. Packers. Now, both teams are coming off big wins in Week 1, and they're looking to continue their winning ways here. Now, the Vikings are coming off their victory over the Atlanta Falcons. They're coming in 1-0, and they're looking to knock the Packers, beat the Packers on their home turf with Captain Kirk Cousins. They're on the side of the Green Bay Packers coming off their victory on Thursday night over the Chicago Bears, and they definitely surprised a lot of people because a lot of people didn't even have them winning that game, and Aaron Rodgers once again got it done, and the Packers are looking to continue to shock the world by defeating the Minnesota Vikings on their home turf. So, coming from me in this NFC North rivalry showdown, oh boy, Kirk Cousins versus Aaron Rodgers, and these two teams know each other very, very well. These two are hated rivals in the NFC North. But coming from me, I'm going to go with the discount double check of Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers to get it done at home and defeat the Minnesota Vikings in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is an AFC South rivalry showdown between the Jacksonville Jaguars heading to Houston to face the Houston Texans. Now both teams are coming off losses in Week 1 and they're looking to rebound and bounce back. Now the Jacksonville Jaguars coming off their loss to the Kansas City Chiefs lost a huge addition to their squad, losing Nick Foles for the season with a broken collarbone. And now the Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback situation is rookie quarterback out of Washington State, Gardner Minshew, and the newest Jacksonville Jaguar, which they traded with the Pittsburgh Steelers for Josh Dobbs out of a quarterback I saw at Tennessee. So Jacksonville's already under the 8 ball this season, and it's not even Week 5. And they already lost their quarterback that they signed for the season, and now they got to start a backup, two backups, and one of them is a rookie. Cannot get any worse for Jacksonville this season. They're on the other side. You have the Houston Texans coming off their loss, their late field goal loss to the New Orleans Saints tonight on Monday Night Football. They had that game before they gave 2 minutes. They gave the ball to Drew Brees, and you know what happens when you give the ball under 2 minutes to Drew Brees? He finds a way to win, and Houston is looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So coming from me in this AFC South rivalry showdown, I'm going to go with Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans to rebound and bounce back and defeat the lowly Jacksonville Jaguars. And now the next matchup. It is the rematch of last year's controversial NFC Championship game between the New Orleans Saints heading to the Coliseum to face the Los Angeles Rams. Now, we all know last year's NFC Championship game in the Superdome where the Saints were royally screwed by the referees and had the Rams win the NFC Championship on their home turf. So this game is definitely big for Saints fans out there that know they got screwed out of making it to the Super Bowl. Now, the Saints are coming off their last-second field goal victory tonight on Monday Night Football over the Houston Texans. Drew Brees had a solid game and once again came in the clutch. And when you give Drew Brees under 2 minutes to win the game, he is money almost every time. And the Saints are looking to get a big win on the road by defeating the team that cost them the NFC Championship last year. They're excited of the Los Angeles Rams coming off their big victory over the Carolina Panthers, and they're looking to prove that they are the NFC champions by beating the team everybody said was screwed. So, coming from me in the rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, I swear the refs get involved in this one again. I am going to be pissed. But this is the one I've been really waiting for because this is the Saints' chance to get that revenge, and I think they're going to get that revenge. So coming from me, I am taking Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints to get a big win on the road and defeat the Los Angeles Rams in a shootout. And now the next matchup, it is the Chicago Bears heading 2 Mile High to face the Denver Broncos. Now both teams are coming off losses in Week 1, and so both teams are looking to rebound and bounce back. Now, starting off with the Bears first, they're coming off their shocking loss on Thursday night to the Green Bay Packers at home. They did not look good. Offensive-wise, they looked terrible. Defensive-wise, they were fantastic, and that's almost kind of the shape of the motto of the Bears. Your defense gets it done, but your offense seems to lay an egg every time. And that's what happened on Thursday against the Packers. Their defense kept them in the game, yet their offense couldn't produce a touchdown. And the Bears are looking to rebound and bounce back. The other side of the Denver Broncos looking to rebound and bounce back after their loss to the Oakland Raiders tonight. Joe Flacco looked good in his debut as a Bronco, but that's not saying much. It's the Denver Broncos, folks. So, coming from me in this matchup, I'm going to go with Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears to rebound and bounce back and defeat the Denver Broncos. And now the Sunday night matchup and the second Battle of the Birds between the Philadelphia Eagles heading to the Georgia Dome to face the Dirty Birds, the Atlanta Falcons. Now both teams are coming off very different week ones. Philadelphia is coming off their victory over Washington, and Atlanta is coming off their loss to Minnesota. Now the Eagles looked really good against the Redskins on Sunday. Carson Wentz had a solid game, and the Eagles are looking to get a big victory on the road here on Sunday Night Football. There's the Atlanta Falcons coming off their loss to the Minnesota Vikings, and I'm just going to say it right now. I'm going to say it, and this is straight up. I think Atlanta's coach has got to go because it just seems like Matty Ice is just getting run to the ground. He did not look good against Minnesota on Sunday, and I wouldn't be surprised Atlanta's going to start thinking about dropping their coach to get a new one to help Matty Ice get back to what he was during the Super Bowl year. So, coming from me in this Sunday night matchup between two football teams that are birds, I got to go with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles to get it done on the road and defeat the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday Night Football. And now the Monday night matchup pitting the Cleveland Browns heading to East Rutherford to face the New York Jets. Now both teams are coming off losses in week one, so both teams are looking to rebound and bounce back here on prime time. Now starting off with the Browns first, the Browns absolutely laid an egg. And I'll say it, they laid an egg in week one, losing to the Tennessee Titans like they did at 43-13. They definitely, the hype balloon was big, and then when that game was over, the hype balloon was gone. It was like the hype, and Cleveland definitely needs to rebound and bounce back here, because if they lose to the Jets, you talk about the bandwagon fans who are on the Browns right now are going to leave real quick, because if they start the season 0-2, and a lot of people, including myself, thinks they can win 11 games this season, it's not going to look good, but Cleveland has to rebound and bounce back. There is how you have the New York Jets coming off their 1-point loss to the Buffalo Bills on Sunday, and what else is new? The Jets always find a way to choke when it matters the most, and the Jets are looking to rebound and bounce back at home on Monday night. So coming from me in this Monday night matchup in the final game of week 2, I just cannot see Cleveland going 0-2. I just do not see it. So I am taking Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns to rebound and bounce back and defeat the New York Jets on Monday Night Football. And those are my Week 2 NFL predictions. Now, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below. Who do you have winning in Week 2 of the NFL season? Let me know who you got. And as always, represent your NFL teams in the comments section. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to you, because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching all the videos I put up on the channel today, guys. Thank you guys so very much. Now, before you guys go, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends, of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance, and I will see you guys next week for my New Japan Pro Wrestling's Destruction in Kobe 2019 predictions, Switchblade Naito 2, my Week 4 college football predictions, and my Week 3 NFL predictions. Later days, guys. Have a wonderful evening and peace.